Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jordan, and welcome to JC's Anime Reviews. And in today's video, this is going to be like my 100 subscriber special. So we hit 100 subscribers. I mentioned it in my last video at the beginning, real quick, and I mentioned I want to do like a special video, kind of to just like celebrate hitting that milestone, and that's what this video is. And I decided to do something pretty simple. I'm just gonna talk about my top 10 favorite anime. I've never talked about on this channel what my top 10 are, so I decided to do this. This was one of the suggestions on the Instagram story where I asked people, but I kind of thought I was gonna do this already. But I do just want to say thank you guys for all your suggestions on Instagram, or if you suggested anything on the last video. Just want to say thank you guys for that, and I'm most likely going to use a lot of your guys' ideas for future videos. So don't worry if since I didn't get to use your idea that you said I should do for 100 subscriber special, I'll most likely do a video like that in the future, because I don't know, I like the ideas. A lot of them were actually really good. Before we go into my top 10 anime, I should probably I just want to tell you guys some like rules that I made up. So I will not be talking about the plot. I'm not going to explain to you the plot. I'm going to do this very differently than when I do my recommending anime, because for me, I just want to talk about why I like the anime and why they're so special to me, because a lot of them have like some special meaning behind it, and if I talk about the plot, it's going to just take forever. And this isn't really like a recommending anime video. If you do want anime video recommending that, I'll put a link in the description to my 2 other videos where I recommended anime. Okay, so I think we'll just get into this. Oh, and by the way, let me know what you think of like this new camera angle, kinda. I've been messing around with it because I might try streaming again soon, and I kind of made it more like zoomed out so you can kind of see my room more. Before I didn't do that because I was like, I don't know, I was like embarrassed, or like didn't really want to show off my whole room. I don't know, and I would like cover up certain things over there. But I don't know, I think it actually looks better now. You can see some cool stuff in the background. I don't know if you can see that bow glowing up there. Where I don't, I'm trying to see which way I need to point. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so on number 10 is Shin Sekai Yori from the New World. And like I said, I'm not going to really go into plot. I'm just going to tell you what I liked about it. This anime, all of these I love, by the way. So they're lower for certain reasons. But yeah, this one is just, it's really, really good. I don't know how to explain it. It was just like, a lot of it is like really beautiful, but sometimes it gets like kind of dark. And I just love that about it. And I love the mystery and suspense in it, and like the story. I don't remember why, but I remember just like falling in love with this anime when I watched it, and I just remember really, really liking it. And like I didn't really have a specific reason why, because there's a lot of really good anime out there, but this one, or that are similar with suspense and stuff like that. But I don't know, this one I just really enjoyed, and I felt like I felt like I could understand the characters, and like I cared about a lot of the characters, and I think it made me feel emotional at one point. I actually can't. It's been a while. I actually reviewed this one. If you want to see like my full thoughts and the plot on what this is, right, and like me explaining it more in depth, you can go check out that video. I'll put a link in the description, and it should pop up. There's like a little white thing or white bar that should pop up. Sometimes it doesn't pop up for some reason. But yeah, in that video I talk a lot more about it, but this one was just really, really good. Now, one thing that I noticed is that for the first, like, 2 of these, so 10 and 9, are just really, really good, and they're not there for, like, a special reason. They're just there because of how good they are. So for this one and the next one are most likely going to be kind of short, like, explaining how I feel about it, but after that, the other ones all have like a special meaning, or they made me feel a certain way. But yeah, this one's a really, really great anime, and I love it so much. That's all. I don't really want to say much else. So we're gonna move on to the next one. And as I was saying, these 2 are just really, really good, and the ones after that all have like kind of more of like a special meaning behind it. But yeah, okay, so let's go to number nine. Yeah, 9. And number 9 is Steins Gate. And Steins Gate, it's just amazing. Like, if you talk to anyone who has seen the entire anime, they'll probably tell you that it's amazing because, like, anytime I bring up Steins Gate in a video, I usually have someone, like, mention just how great it is and how it's just, like, amazing. So it is just really, really good. I don't know if it's like one of the best, or probably the best sci-fi, and I actually don't know if Steins Gate really is sci-fi. There's sci-fi elements to it. It has to do with time travel and stuff like that. So it's probably the best science fiction, sci-fi anime. If it is sci-fi, I'm not entirely sure. But it's really, really good. It's my favorite, it's probably my favorite time travel, anything. Time travel in anime or movies or anything like that. It's probably my favorite time travel story. It's just such an incredible story, and it has a way to really make you care about the characters. And also one thing that they do that I didn't mention, and I figured I'd mention this because I talked about this in a video that I recorded recently. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but Steins Gate, sometimes it's really confusing with the time travel, but I found it to be explained in a way that I understood it really well, and it wasn't super confusing. Well, the first 4 episodes are confusing, but once you kind of understand it all, it makes sense. There's an anime that I ended up talking about in one of my other videos. It might not be out by the time this one's out, but in that one, one of the biggest problems I had with the anime was that you couldn't understand anything, and I used Steins Gate as an example because Steins Gate is confusing, but you can completely understand everything, and it's just really, really good. This anime fits that meme where it's like when you finish the end of an anime episode, or an anime episode ends with a cliffhanger, and it's I don't need sleep, I need answers. I feel like this anime fits that meme perfectly. I actually put it in the 10 anime I recommend video when I was recommending Steins Gate, because it's just one of those ones that keeps you up all night, and it's just really, really good. It's such an amazing anime. Okay, so now I think that's all. We're going to get into more of the, other animes that, really mean a lot to me, but Steins Gate just is amazing. Go watch it. I know this wasn't, a recommendation video, but please go watch it. It's amazing. So number 8 is My Hero Academia. And for me, My Hero Academia, I don't know why I felt this way so much towards this anime. This is a very it's found in a lot of anime. My Hero Academia made me feel basically you can do anything if you really tried hard enough or tried your best, which is a lesson that's taught in every shonen anime. And I know it's just super a simple lesson, and it's copy and pasted in several animes. I feel like Naruto's the original one that kind of, or for me that's the first one that I saw where it was if you tried hard enough, or Dragon Ball Z, if you tried hard enough you could do something. But for some reason I felt that way more in My Hero Academia. I don't know if it was when I was I think I might have been watching it when I was going through a tough time, and or maybe there was just at the end of the second episode, I think I got goosebumps from one of the things that the characters said, and I don't know why, I just really felt that way about this anime, and that's mostly why it's here, because it just not only is it a good anime with good fight scenes and really interesting powers, because it's about superheroes, it's also I feel like it taught me a really nice lesson. And I think I even when I was rewatching it, there was just certain things that a certain character, or the main character, would say that would make me just feel motivated, or just feel like I could do anything. And that's mostly why it's here. But other than that, My Heroes, I love it for the fight scenes, the superpowers. I have a bunch of My Hero Academia stuff over there. If you want to check out my room tour video, I'll put a link in the description to that. But that's why I have a Todoroki picture. I think he's my favorite character. But it's such a good anime. I don't know. I feel like it's good. I feel like the last season was a little weird. I don't know. I feel the last season makes me feel like about this anime. The last season was just, I don't know. It had like a weird tone shift at a certain point in that, I don't know, but it's still really really good. The last season wasn't amazing, but I think that it's really really good anime, and I really love this one. Okay, now number 7, 8, 7. So number 7 is Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I'm putting both these animes in the same spot. I think I like Naruto Shippuden a little bit more, but for me, they never really felt like two separate shows. Like, because they're both really, really good. Like, for an example, like, there's Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z is, like, infinitely better than Dragon Ball. But Naruto, it's very different. Both shows are really good. Naruto and Naruto Shippuden are both great. So that's why I'm just putting these two, because I kind of consider them one single anime. Because you kind of watch Naruto grow up from all of these. And now this one is, like, this one's really special to me because, so the first anime I ever watched was Dragon Ball Z, and I didn't know that it was an anime. I didn't know anime like existed or was a thing. I just thought that it was a really good show or cartoon. Oh, that's like so painful to say when you're talking about anime. When I was a little kid, I thought it was like just a really good cartoon. Honestly, I didn't know what anime was. I had no idea that it was like this whole thing, and I was like confused when they would put it, when like my dad, who liked watching Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, would change it to Japanese, and I'm like, well, this isn't supposed to be Japanese, and I was just really confused. And I mean, I watched Dragon Ball Z like 3 times from Dragon Ball to GT, even though GT kind of sucks. I watched it 3 times, and then I think that's when like I realized that like it was an anime, and someone had recommended Naruto, and I started watching it on Netflix. And it was the first time I was like, oh my god, it's not just one show, it's like an entire anime is like an entire like genre, and there's multiple amazing shows out there. And that's why I feel like that's why Naruto is really special to me. It just like it opened my eyes and like made me realize that anime is there. So while I feel like Dragon Ball Z is my first anime and it's the one that kind of got me into anime, I feel like Naruto really got me into anime. And it was also the first one I watched on Crunchyroll because the Netflix had like the first few seasons and was missing like 40 episodes, so I ordered like the DVDs for those, finished that show, and then I tried ordering the DVDs for Naruto Shippuden, and I could only find like half of the first season. And I stopped watching it for about a year, and then I got Crunchyroll, and then I started, the first anime I watched with Crunchyroll was Naruto Shippuden, then Bleach. But yeah, that's why I feel like Naruto is really special to me, because it is a great anime, and it teaches you those lessons, just like My Hero Academia, but it's a lot better. It's really, really good. I really like Naruto. I feel like most of the characters in Naruto are great. Like, I feel like you can really care about all of them. And Naruto is just, overall, it's a really, really good show. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Naruto and Naruto Shippuden are just, they're really good. They're one of the most known anime in the world. I feel like it is, just because I've seen it everywhere. And, like, people who don't watch anime know what Naruto is, I feel like. Just because of, like, all the Naruto run in Area 51 memes and all that stuff. But yeah, Naruto's really good. I would love to review them at some point, because I want to use that Naruto ramen in some way at the opening of if I do a Naruto review. I just feel like that would be cool. Okay, so let's go on to the next one now. Okay, so number 6 is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And this one is just, I don't know if this one made me feel a certain way, but this one's just really fucking good. Like, it's just really good, and I don't really have any problems with this one. It's just, like, it's one of those ones that's just, like, so good. It's just hard to find any problems with it. I don't know. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is just amazing. For me, the way I found this anime is I watched Full Metal Alchemist, and if you don't know, they're 2 separate shows. Full Metal Alchemist kind of goes off on its own thing and kind of has, like, different like it's written differently than the manga. Like at one point it goes off from what the manga had written and it just follows whoever wrote the show, and it was okay. Like it was good, and like I remember feeling confused about the ending of Fullmetal Alchemist, and then I went to watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood because so Brotherhood follows the manga completely apparently, or mostly, and it's just like it's 10 times better than Fullmetal Alchemist, and I was just like blown away because I had found a show that I thought was good, and I'm like it could be better, and then they made a better one, and which I just thought was really funny because I finished it. I'm like, oh, I feel like that could have been better. I watched Brotherhood and it was just like, oh my god, like I don't know, like Fullmetal Alchemist, just the regular one doesn't even come close to how good Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is. I don't know, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood just has really good characters. I think it has really good fight scenes. Like I was actually surprised by the fight scenes because I think Fullmetal Alchemist, the first one, doesn't have that many great fight scenes. So that's why when I watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, it was just amazing. It was just really, really good. It felt like an entirely different like a different show, even though it was kind of the same story. It was just really, really good. It was like Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, pretty much, or even less. Like Fullmetal Alchemist sucked. I'm sorry, but Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is just amazing. I have something from the show in my room. Again, if you want to check out the room tour video, if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description to that. I got like the little pocket watch that Edward carries around in the show. And man, I just love this show. I feel like this one didn't really like. This one doesn't really have a special meaning to me. It's just really fucking good. Yeah. Okay. So, actually, there might be one more on this list that's just. A lot of these are just really, really good, and there's only like about 3 I feel like that really made me feel something like awesome. All right, we'll go into the next one now. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, amazing anime. Please watch it. Okay, next one. At number 5 is Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, this one, I feel weird about this one because it's such a good show. It's just really, really good. And it's one of those shows that, like, it gets so fucking good. Like, it's just, like, the peak of all anime. I don't know, it's just, not all anime, but it's just like really, really good, and then it kind of went downhill. I still put it at number 5 because overall I liked it, and the ending to Yu Yu Hakusho was okay. Like I don't think there's anything bad with it. It was actually good, but I think there was a certain point where it just went down, and that was after the Dark Tournament, which the Dark Tournament is the best tournament arc or saga, or it's the best tournament in anime, period. Like there's no tournament in my mind that comes close to how good this one was. And look, I could go on and talk about it for so long, and just I don't know why, it was just like so good. And I've seen a lot of different tournaments in anime. I've seen a lot, like 4 or 5, but I've seen a decent amount. I feel like a lot of anime, any anime that has a tournament is just really, really good. But this one just like no tournament comes close to it, and it is so fucking good. Oh my god, Yu Yu Hakusho is just like I don't know. It's such a good show. For me, if it continued where it was, it would be my favorite anime of all time. If it didn't go downhill after the Dark Tournament, it would be my favorite anime. And yeah, that's why I feel weird about it. I'm like really sad about it because it like was almost my favorite anime of all time. There's another anime that's similar to that. It was Code Geass, that like after I think the first season, the first half of it, if it continued, it could have been my favorite anime of all time. And then the second season happened, and the second season was so confusing. And I'm sorry if you like Code Geass. For me, the second season was not very good, and it was so confusing, and it completely ruined the show. For me, in my opinion, it's still a good show, but like the second season was just so bad, in my opinion. I'm sorry, but that's why I feel weird. There's a lot of animes that like if they stayed the way they were and kept going, it could have been like my favorite anime of all time. And yeah, so that's why Yu Yu Hakusho, it's really, really good. It's got some of the best main characters in anime. There was another YouTuber, I can't remember his name, and he used this like when he was explaining it, he was explaining how Hunter x Hunter has really good villains and like okay main characters. Well, I mean, I like the main characters in Hunter x Hunter, but he explained basically saying Yu Yu Hakusho is like the opposite of Hunter x Hunter, where it has like amazing main characters, but the villains kind of suck. And I kind of agree with that like analogy because the villains are not very good in Yu Yu Hakusho, but all the main characters are amazing. And this might be one of the few animes where like, well, no, I actually have a lot of animes like this, but the main character is not my favorite character. I think my favorite character in Yu Yu Hakusho is Kurama or Hey. I don't know if I'm pronouncing Hey. I think is his name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Who are both like people that he ends up teaming up with, and they basically end up becoming the main characters too. So they are the main characters too, but they're not like the main character. But they're really, really good. There's only like one of the main characters I found really annoying in Yu Yu Hakusho. But we're not going to talk about that. I would actually love to review Yu Yu Hakusho at some point. I'll probably do it. I will have to rewatch it. It's one of those like 100 episode long animes. Also, it has a pretty slow start, in my opinion. Like, I struggled to get through the first season. And then I heard someone say like just like how good the tournament arc was, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to watch it, and I'm really glad I did. Okay, I think we've spent enough time on this one. Let's go to the next one. So now we're at number 4, and for me, 4 to 1, all of those animes, depending on how I feel, could be switched out. One of them could be my favorite at one point. So that's the thing. I don't know. This list could change very easily, which I find really funny. But number 4 is One Piece, and One Piece is such a good show. It has the best world building in like anything. In my opinion, One Piece does a better job with like building the world around it than any TV show or any anime out there. It just does the best job at world building at all. And now the reason for this, though, is because it has so many episodes. And it has like over 900 episodes. And that's the reason why no one really gets into it. I got into it when it was probably at 900 something. And I started watching it. And it takes a long time to watch it. I think it took like 6 months to finish this anime. And I was like binge watching it like any chance I got. I would, if I went to the bathroom, watch it on my phone. If I wouldn't do anything else but like watch it almost all the time. And it was hard to get through it, or just not hard. It just took a long time, but it's just really, really good. I think it has great characters, and I think the way it does its world building is really good too. So like it doesn't like go off and follow like for 10 episodes or 20 episodes straight some random side characters. Like I think it does a really good job where it builds most of the story around this crew who's sailing around the ocean, or Grand Line is the name of it. But so I like that. I think the first 60 episodes you're just with the main characters and like you really, really get to know them. And I don't know, I feel like it's just really good or easy to care about characters in this one just because of how much time you've spent with each character. I don't know, One Piece is amazing. The powers are fucking awesome. The like devil fruit or whatever, it's like, if you don't know what it is, it's like a random fruit that you take a bite of and it gives you a random power. It takes away your ability to swim though. So if you touch ocean water, you basically you can't move your body. You drown. Like you're fucked basically. So that kind of sucks, but the powers that they give you are just, some of them are just completely ridiculous. And it's just really funny. Like, I think someone turns into a giraffe. It makes him stronger, but he turns into a giraffe. The main character has, like, the gum fruit, so he can stretch. And honestly, I feel like whoever wrote One Piece has, like, a really good imagination for how to use this power. And like it's just stuff I would never would have thought of because like all he can do is stretch. And like some of the ideas that whoever wrote it, whoever came up with like these ideas and uses for how he uses his power is just awesome. And that's what I do like about One Piece too, is there's a villain at some point who mentions that like it doesn't matter what power you have, it matters like how your imagination is and how you use it. That's a villain in One Piece, by the way. He had like one of the weakest powers or whatever, and ended up becoming like incredibly powerful. And that's what I really like. That was probably my favorite villain. I can't remember. I think it was Don Flamingo. I think was how you. I might be pronouncing his name wrong. I think he's my favorite villain in One Piece, and I like the way he explained that because that's very very true. And the way Luffy, the main character, uses his powers mostly depends on his imagination. So I really like that. Just like it depends on how you imagine using your powers, how you think of using it. I really like that. One Piece is really, really good, and I feel like it's worth watching all 900 episodes. I would not take back that time at all. I do not feel like it was wasted, so you should check it out before it gets to too many episodes. Okay, next one. Number 3. Okay, so number 3, I'm sure that you guys know what this is. If you've seen my Hunter x Hunter review, it's Hunter x Hunter. I said Hunter x Hunter is in the top 3. I didn't say where. And honestly, Hunter x Hunter could be my favorite anime. It might be. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. Like, if I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. Like, I could just switch it out like I was saying. But Hunter x Hunter is just, it's so good. The character's story, just everything about Hunter x Hunter is so good. I love this anime so much. I did a review on it. If you want to watch that, I went a lot more in depth. I actually didn't go that much in depth considering how like it's 140 episodes and I only talked about like 4 or 5 main characters. But yeah, I really like Hunter x Hunter. I like the power system, which is like Nen. Now, a lot of these, I feel like I'm trying not to spoil certain things. If I was doing a spoiler thing, there are certain things that I would have said. But yeah, I don't know. The power system is really interesting because there's like a lot of unique uses for this. There's one particular use that I like that I just thought was really interesting, the way they do it. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything that badly or that much. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter is just so good. I love all the characters. Now, I do think Hunter x Hunter, it is similar to, like, Yu Hakusho. No, not really. But I feel very different about Hunter x Hunter than that other YouTuber I was telling you about who mentioned that the main characters aren't very good. For me, Hunter x Hunter, every single, like, not every single, Leorio, oh my god. Almost every single main character I think is amazing. Every villain, like pretty much every villain, I really, really like. I think Hisoka might be my favorite villain in all of anime. Maybe. It's like a tie between him and Kira from one of the JoJo parts. I think part 4 or something like that. I think it's a tie between them for like favorite villain, but Hunter x Hunter is just really, really good. I would highly recommend checking it out. I know this isn't really like a recommendation one. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter, I forgot about this. I don't know if I mentioned this in my review. Hunter x Hunter was the first anime that made me cry and made me realize that anime can make you feel this kind of emotion because, like, I don't know, I just thought that was amazing because, like, I don't know, anime just makes me feel really emotional certain times. Okay, so we're gonna go on to the next one. Hunter x Hunter is amazing anime. Please go watch it. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about number 2, and this one, it was like my favorite, but I swapped it out for a specific reason, and I'll get into that when I talk about my first favorite anime. But the second one is Demon Slayer. And Demon Slayer, for me, like, it's such a beautiful anime, and like I just like the characters, the story. There's the one fight scene in episode 19, which is one of the best fight scenes in all of anime. It's probably the most beautiful fight scene in all of anime. or in my opinion, with all the ones that I've seen. It is really, really good. I even have it as like my wallpaper for my computer, which you can't see, but I'm looking at it right now. But yeah, it's just a really, really good anime. When I watched that episode, I didn't know how to feel. I was just like super excited and just like, I don't know, I hadn't felt like or felt that way before. And like after that episode, I was like, it's probably my favorite anime now. And it was just so good. It was actually my first review that I ever did because it was my favorite at the time. Because I wanted to do my favorite as the first one. So that's why I did Demon Slayer. If you want to check out that review, I talk a lot more about it. I mean, I read a script that I wrote pretty much, and I'm not looking at the camera much, which that always bothers me about that review. But if you want to check it out, I talk a lot more about the characters and stuff like that. But this one's just really nice. It's just such a nice, beautiful anime, and that one fight scene, you just have to respect the people who animated it, the score, just everything is really, really good about that scene. So yeah, Demon Slayer, I love it. I'm not going to talk that much about it because I think that's about all I really have to say. I love it. It's just a really nice anime. And yeah, okay, so now we're going to go on to number 1. So now at number 1 is Dragon Ball Z. I think I've mentioned that like 4 times throughout this video. And the reason why Dragon Ball Z is my favorite, I think it still is, it's because it was the first anime I watched. I just love all the fight scenes about it, or in it. And if I hadn't watched Dragon Ball Z, I might not be here right now talking about this. I don't know. Maybe I would have gotten to anime later on at some point, but Dragon Ball Z was the one that really got me into it. And I just love it for that. It has my favorite fight scene in all of anime, the Gohan versus Cell fight. I don't think that there's another fight scene that I like more than that. Even though Demon Slayer has like the most beautiful fight scene, I feel like the Cell versus Gohan one was just a lot better. It was just one of the best fight scenes in anime, and I really, really like it. But yeah, that's mostly why I like it, because it just has really good fight scenes. I like all the characters; they're all really good. It's probably the most like merch anime merch that I own. I have like just the whole Dragon Ball Z shelf over there, and I have a little thing on my desk over here. Where is it? Here, let me grab it. I even have something on my desk here. I don't know if I really showed this off too much in the video. Man, it's kind of dusty. Or in my room tour video, but like a Dragon Ball Fighters collector's edition. I don't know if it was collector's edition. Might have just been pre-ordering it, and you got this little Super Saiyan Blue figure. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z is awesome, and I just remember watching. So one night, I don't remember how many years ago it was, but it was after Dragon Ball Z. I had seen it 3 or 4 times. It had been over, or I haven't seen it in like years. And one night, it was like 2 in the morning, and I just decided to Google on my phone Dragon Ball Z and just see if there was any news about it, because it had been like so long. I was just like, oh man, I wonder what's happening with Dragon Ball Z. And I looked it up, and the anime that happened to start that like same night or same day was Dragon Ball Super. I, like, not even joking, I think it was the exact same day that I looked it up, or 5 minutes before the episode had just come out or something like that. I looked up Dragon, and I found it on some site and watched the opening, because I wanted to wait for my brother and dad to watch it with them, because they like Dragon Ball Z a lot. But I at least watched the opening, and I remember getting goosebumps seeing the opening, and like, I watched the first like 2 minutes, I think, on my phone, and I was like, oh my god, this is real. Like, Dragon Ball Z is back. Like, my favorite anime or show of all time is back, and I was just so hyped about that. That was awesome. But yeah, I think Dragon Ball Z might always be my favorite, mostly for like nostalgia. That's a big part of it, honestly, because it's like the first one that I watched. It's really good. If you haven't watched it, I would recommend checking it out. One thing that I did notice about Dragon Ball Z is that it doesn't seem to be on any streaming service for some reason. Like, I feel like they should put that on there, which kind of bothers me, because I own the DVDs of Dragon Ball Z. It's like the box set thingies. I don't know. But, and that's how I watched it. I think that's the only way you can watch it, unless you watch it on some random site out there. That's always bothered me. Oh, and by the way, I will put links in the description to all these anime except Dragon Ball Z because I don't really know what streaming, like I don't think you can really find it anywhere. But I'm going to try to put links in the description to where you can watch all of these anime if you're interested, even though this isn't really a recommending video. Well, I'm sure that you noticed on the last one I was talking about Demon Slayer, but I'm recording this at a different time. There were certain things that I forgot to mention in both these when I was talking about these two. So that's why I'm wearing a different shirt, and there's sunlight coming in over there, so this is the next day, by the way. I just want to let you know, I'm not sure if you... I don't think it's that big of a deal, but there are just certain things that I forgot to mention. But Dragon Ball Z is amazing. It got me into anime, and I love it so much. So that was my top 10 favorite anime of all time, and this was like my 100 sub special. Now, when I was originally making this video, I didn't want to make it, to be honest, like, I didn't want to make it, like, the main thing. It's just talking about, like, my top 10 anime. Like, I didn't want that to be the main focus of this video. Which, I mean, it kind of is. But the main reason I really wanted to do this was just to kind of say thank you to you guys. Because, like, it was maybe 4 months ago I started JC's Anime Reviews. I actually had this channel was called something else. I'm not sure if everyone knows that because a lot of the videos are down, but I've had this channel for like 2 years or something like that. I don't know if that many people know about this, unless you watched like my first video and you've been watching since then, but anyone who's new from like the Crunchyroll things, I used to make like gaming content, and I would try to stream on Twitch a lot, and it just didn't really work out. Like, I sucked at video games, or I'm okay at video games. I've been playing like Modern Warfare recently, and I'm decent at it. Like, I'm not like amazing at video games, and I used to make gaming content, and like I just wasn't having very much fun. And whenever I would stream, it was like very rare, and I would get like really stressed out about it, and I decided to switch to anime reviews, which was 4 months ago, and I'm really glad that I did. Like, I have not regretted it since then, and it's some of the most fun that I've had in years. Like, I would love to keep doing this for the rest of my life, and it's just amazing, and I just really want to say thank you, because 4 months ago, if you would have told me I would have had 100 subscribers by now, I wouldn't believe you at all. I would just be like, I wouldn't believe you if I would just think that you're crazy, basically. And it's just crazy to me that like we're at I think right now we're at 107 or 8 subscribers, which is just awesome. And I just really want to say thank you guys. Like, if you like, I just can't believe it. Like, I'm like speechless. It's just awesome. And going back and seeing the like change from when I first did that video, I think it was February 13th when I put it out, when I said I was switching to anime reviews. I even spelled I messed up the capitalization and put like in the name, and even the thumbnail looks messed up. I actually went back and changed the like title of it, but the thumbnail looks different, and the A and R in anime and reviews aren't capitalized. And I don't know, I just thought that was crazy that we came like this far. We're at 100 subscribers, and I just really want to say thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see what stuff happens in the future. I've got a few video ideas that I'm excited to do, and yeah, so I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much everyone who subscribed. Thank you everyone who's been showing all the support to all these videos. It really means a lot, and I just appreciate all of you. So thank you guys so much, and you guys are all awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. You guys are the best. Bye.